Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2, and hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So we have a couple of moves here to record this video. We have a trade, and we also have a free agent signing. First of all, Jack Flaherty, who pitched with the Cardinals and with the Orioles last year. He signed a one-year deal with the Tigers. And then we have a big trade here tonight. It's contingent on Tyler Glasnow signing an extension with the Dodgers. Glasnow goes to the Dodgers with Manuel Margot, and the Rays get Ryan Pipiot and Johnny DeLuca. I have a separate video on the Dodgers. The media say nothing about how they are buying a championship. And I would mention also this. Just because you make these kind of moves does not mean you win the season. You win the off-season. How many times over the last 30 years, us as Met fans or any fan, say, oh, my team did a great job, they did all this, and then the season's a disaster. How many times the Padres win the off-season, and of course, they had a lousy year. They had a lousy year this past year, along with the New York Mets. But with the trade now of Glasnow and Manuel Margot to the Dodgers, how far away is Randy Arozarena? What the hell? the other outfielder in Tampa. I would think that he's probably on the way out. Remember, I said this in a couple of videos. The Rays trade pennies for dollars. Just because Glasnow got traded, Glasnow has pitched and thrown 500 innings since 2018. So he's basically talking about 6 seasons where he has pitched 500 innings. So if you divide that, that's less than 90 innings on average every year. And they probably picked up Brian Pipiot. It's probably going to be pretty good for them, as well as DeLuca. But you're going to have a very lot of sort of nonsense going on with the media. Waxing poetically about the Dodgers. All the Dodgers. The Los Angeles Dodgers. I would mention, I knew someone that went to Dodger Stadium. I didn't been to Dodger Stadium. Somebody I knew went to Dodger Stadium about 15 years ago, and I asked him, well, what was the ballpark like? He's like, it's a dump. Don't at me. That's what I've heard. It is a dump. Dodger Stadium is a dump. So, but in this video, I'm going to hit the Dodgers hard. So, if you like that stuff, if you hate the Dodgers, I will hit them hard. I've not forgiven them from 1988. I will talk about Tommy Lasorda and his nonsense, and Oral Hershiser and all the rest in the video coming up very soon. But here we have an interesting 10 trade proposals that Bleacher Report are board, and they put out this stuff out there. First of all, Arozarena is going to go first. The first proposal is going to the the Red Sox. So the Red Sox will get Arozarena, or whatever, and the Rays would get right-handed pitcher Cutter Crawford, and shortstop center fielder Ceddanne Rafaela. According to them, this isn't a bad deal for the Rays, who would get a talented righty swingman and the third-ranked prospect in the number 3 system in MLB. But in case you're thinking it, it's true that 2 AL East rivals pulling off such a big swap is probably unlikely to actually happen. Number 9, the Blue Jays. Blue Jays don't have much of a farm system. They say in this, Arozarena goes to the Blue Jays for Alek Manoah. Alek Manoah's gone in every proposed trade. He has no value. He has no value. Shortstop Orelvis Martinez and left-handed pitcher Brandon Barea. Manoah has 0 value. I would mention also that the Rays, they don't have a shortstop. Next up, in the next proposal, which it's not going to happen, that is to the New York Mets. And their proposed trade, which I don't see the Mets doing, because they are not going to bring in guys that they want to build a farm system. You can't be in such a rush to do this. And this is not a good trade in my view. Outfielder Drew Gilbert, which you do not touch him. He has the potential to be a star. And Kevin Parada, catcher. Hold on to Parada. He needs a little bit of time to sort of get acclimated to to professional ball in terms of just being able to sort of keep himself strong. The Texas Rangers. And their proposal, they're saying Arozarena for Brock Porter, who's a right-handed pitcher, and Owen White is a right-handed pitcher. I don't know their system. I mean, the Rangers obviously won the World Series last year. Why would they trade their pitching even though don't worry, they have Max Scherzer? Yeah. The Phillies. The Phillies would get Arozarena. They would trade a right-handed pitcher, Mike Abel, and right-handed pitcher, Griff McGarry. I have no idea. I wouldn't know them if I fell on them. The Giants. They would get, obviously, Randy, and then they would give up outfielder Luis Matos and left-handed pitcher Carson Wisenhunt. Now, Wisenhunt is the second best pitching prospect that the Giants have. I don't think they're going to do that. Although I think the Giants obviously have been active. They signed Jung Ho Lee. Well, look who's next up, the Dodgers. Well, I don't think this is gonna happen. Now with that Glasnow and Manuel gone, but I'll put it out there. They would trade catcher Dalton Rushing and right-handed pitcher Nick Frasa. That's not him. The Miami Marlins. They would give up right-handed pitcher Edward Cabrera and right-handed pitcher Max Meyer. I don't see them making a deal. The San Diego Padres. They're trying to get rid of players. And they would take in a trade Robert Schnelling and right-handed pitcher Gerardo Arate. I don't see the Padres doing this. I see the Padres bringing in talent, young talent, which they did with the Yankees deal. They're not going to bringing in this guy. Which would you rather have, Randy Arozarena or Juan Soto? I don't see them doing that. And finally, they say here the Mariners. Well, you know what happens every time you call Jerry DePoto. Hello, Jerry. Hello. Want to make a deal? They don't make a deal. But they would give up, and the Mariners have a very good farm system. They would give up Gabriel Gonzalez. So these are some of the proposals that the Bleacher Report will put out. I don't know if Arozarena is going to get moved. But like I said, they will trade him if they think he has no more value. They got a lot out of him. Trust me, once he loses value, bye-bye. Pennies for dollars. They trade pennies for dollars. They never get burned in a trade. Ever. Unless you want to talk about Willie Adames. Other than that, they never get burned. They're the biggest grifters in Major League Baseball. And while anybody pretends to know what's going on, I would say this. They got off to a great start last year, and they were going crazy on a bunch of guys that were a bunch of bad major leaguers. And then Evan Roberts, WFAN, mentioned how it looked a little shaky. And after that, everything, when they came to New York, and all of a sudden they didn't hit the way they did. Interesting. So, you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2, and I'll see you later.